Where does the salary come from in nonprofits? So I have been asked this question so many times, and I just want to put it to bed. So I've been running a nonprofit for the last 10 years. Since I started in 2013, we have made a profit every single year. And whether that's from reserves because things have happened and we've needed to use those reserves or go into our coffers, we have been able to continue executing our mission the entire time. Now, the only time that stopped us was during COVID, but we were always able to, if necessary, use our funds to cover any expenses, keep the person that we hired. And I just want to be able to share with you a few things that people don't really tell you about nonprofits and give you some things to think about, because I do come from the entrepreneur side and I decided to start a nonprofit. So I've run a few businesses before starting a nonprofit, and I do think that having that entrepreneurial mindset really does help you. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing 7 things that you need to know when you start a nonprofit that really no one tells you. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Ashley Tate, and I'm a brand strategist that coaches change makers, creatives, and small business owners on how to unleash their message into the world to increase their profit, purpose, and productivity so that you can design a life and business that you love. Now, in today's video, one thing I want to correct just straight off the bat is a lot of people refer to nonprofits as non-profit, as far as like they make no profit. What that means is basically that's just a designation for the IRS that you are exempt from paying taxes on the profits that you do make. So I like to change the term to social impact business, because I think once you start calling yourself a business, it really does change your mindset. So let's jump into number 1, and we'll focus on all of that later. Number 1. When I started my journey into the nonprofit space, I found it quite hard to figure out all the steps that needed to go into starting up. But once I found the steps, I thought it was pretty simple and straightforward. And I created a video on that, which you can check out here. But also, the one thing I want to say is starting up is really the easiest part. Okay, I want to repeat that. Starting up is the easiest part of running a nonprofit. A lot of people think like, oh my gosh, I have to get the IRS, form, and that's going to be really difficult, and it's not. Just like they give out business licenses, they give out nonprofit businesses as well. You do have to dot your I's and cross your T's a bit more than you would if you were just a solopreneur and starting up a business. But basically, if you do everything right, then you will get your 501c3 designation. And then the hard part starts. So if you need help with setting up and you don't want to do all the research, or you don't want to go through this video, I do have a course that's called the Unleash Your Purpose course. We've ran hundreds of people through, and they also get their 501c3. I make the process super seamless so you can get it done within 30 days and make sure you don't miss any steps. So if that's something you're interested in, please go ahead and go to ashleytate.com, and all of the places that you can work with me are there. And that's one of the spots. It's totally self-paced and you can do it on your own time. So that might be a good option if you're thinking about getting started and you just want to move through it. Number 2. Now this is a major mindset shift that I need all of my social impact businesses to understand. All of my nonprofit founders, I need you to understand this. You are a business, and therefore that makes you an entrepreneur, which also means that because you're an entrepreneur, you are the brand of your business, okay? So the reason I say that is because a lot of people open up a nonprofit and they want to make it as professional as possible, but really people are going to connect to you because they know who you are and they know what you're all about. They know what your passion is. They know that you want to help someone. They know your purpose, all of those things. So it's really important to make sure that you are considering yourself, 1, an entrepreneur, because that's a different type of mindset, 2, the business, and 3, the brand. And I teach all of this inside of the Unleash Your Profit course because it's extremely important in order for you to really survive all the turbulent times that come along with any business, and more specifically, even a nonprofit. So I will talk a little bit more about the Unleash Your Profit course That's for both social impact businesses and small business owners, change makers, creatives, all of those. Everybody's welcome in there. But when we're talking about nonprofits, we do focus a lot on shifting your mindset from being a nonprofit to understand that you are an entrepreneur. And once you shift that mindset in your mind, it's an incredible change that I see in our students, because you start thinking differently about how you're going to market your business, how you're going to work with your board, how you're going to work with your mission, how you're going to work with your clients and customers and all of the things. So if you want something like that, yes, check out the link down in the description box, and you can find the Unleash Your Profit course there, or you can go to ashleytate.com. Moving on to number 3. Now this is a great follow-up to the last thing I just said. So when you think about being an entrepreneur, the most important thing that you have to learn how to do is market yourself and your product, right? And your product in this case is your nonprofit. And so it's really important to make sure that you are marketing yourself and putting marketing first. Yes, your marketing comes even before your mission. And here's why. If you don't market yourself, people will not know who you are, right? They won't know anything about your brand. They won't know anything about your business. They won't know anything about you. So it's very important to make sure that you allocate funds for marketing yourself, marketing the business, marketing what you do, getting it out there. Use, all of the medias available to you. And if you don't know how to set up your marketing, you kind of want to get like a really quick down and dirty marketing plan. You can watch the Get Social method that I have, that video, and I will try to link that here, so that you can just get a quick idea of how to set up your marketing and where to focus your energy first, and then build off of that. So marketing has to be first. A lot of people start businesses and they don't want to put that marketing out there, and they don't want to necessarily invest in the marketing. And sometimes you don't need to invest, you just need to invest time or money. It's always going to come down to those two things, time or money. You're either going to be spending a lot of time trying to do organic marketing, or you're going to be spending quite a bit of money trying to find where your audience is and get your information in front of them by marketing or doing advertising. So it's really important that you figure out how you want to do it. And generally we're going to start organically, and then you may want to move into paid ads or something like that. But if you need help with anything like that, again, the Unleash Your Profit course is a great place to start. I walk you through all of that. I work with you each week on a coaching call, and you can ask all of your questions. So I'm telling you, you do not want to negate marketing, okay? I think I beat that dead horse now. Just as a quick tip, something that I want you to start doing like today is start creating your email marketing system now. So that means when you meet someone and they say, hey, I want to know more about your business. Do you have a business card? Say, oh, I'd love to give you a business card, but can I also get your email? And you can even just write it on the card that you were going to give them. And then I want you to start your email marketing system. And I can link that video here as to why this is your number one marketing tool and how to really start leveraging it now. So that is key. Number 4 is all about sustainability. Now, sustainability is right up there with marketing. So like starting up, thinking that you're a business and an entrepreneur, you have got to be able to stay in business in order for your business to thrive and to work, right? So sustainability has to be something that you really think about and focus on, and how you're going to pay for creating this mission and bringing this mission to fruition, right? And I'm going to talk about grants in a little bit here, but really when you're thinking about sustainability, I want you to think about trying to monetize your mission. And we really focus on that inside of the course as well. And I will also link a video up here. This is a quick training that I offer before you even enter the course, if you're interested. And I would watch that just to get some ideas of how to monetize your mission, how to start thinking about it as an entrepreneur, and really moving forward and using some of the practical tips that I share in there to really start moving your nonprofit into the direction of an entrepreneur or a business venture. Number 5 is a pretty big one. We run into this all the time. We talk about it all the time inside of the course as well. And it is stop expecting your board to work for you. I'll say that again. You did not create a board so the board could work for you. You are a founder, and you have to think of them as kind of like your founding board members, meaning that they are on the same page as you. They also have other jobs and businesses and lives and things going on, and they are not able to give you 100% as far as like, I'm going to give you all of my extra time so we can make this thing work. When you think of your board, you really need to consider your board to just be a fiduciary oversight for you. And they're going to meet up with you maybe 4 times a year. If you do monthly meetings, okay, they'll meet with you 12 times a year. But I would always recommend 4, but that's just me. But anyway, my point is your board is there to give you oversight. Your board is not there to work, which is why I've never had a working board, and I never recommend it for any of my students. And it's important because that's what keeps the vitality of your board there and wanting to continue working with your organization. Because now you've given yourself more of an advisory board so that they can look at your financials, make sure everything is being spent the correct way, the money is going where it's supposed to be going. And to the public, they can also say, yes, we have given oversight to this nonprofit. We know that your money is in safe hands and that it's going where it needs to go. And that's really the point of a board. And that's really the best way to create a strong board more than anything else. So make sure you realize that your board is there to help you. They are not there to work for you. So don't anticipate asking your board to do things for your organization. If they see something that needs to be done in your organization, then they will ask to help you. And they will say, I think I can do this part for you. But it's not up to you to ask. I think a lot of nonprofit founders get into the nonprofit space and they think that their board should be doing more and they should have more time, but that's just completely not the case. So find volunteers, use interns. There's lots of different people out there who are willing to give you their time and help you in the direction or the areas that you need, as opposed to being a board member. Number 6, I see all the time. You have to remember, like I said earlier, that you are the brand. As the founder, people want to know about you. They want to know about your background. They want to know how you started this thing, why you started it. You have to understand that starting a nonprofit is somewhat of a novelty, because a lot of people don't realize that nonprofits are actually just businesses as well. And we basically get a tax designation because we are doing it for charitable reasons. And so when we talk about social impact businesses, and that's what I like to call my business, is a social impact business, we are creating a full-on business. So we have to think of ourselves as the brand of that business. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to have your face plastered everywhere, but it's good for people to know who you are, know what you're all about, know some of your opinions maybe, depending on what aligns with your values for your organization, and also to just put yourself out there a little bit more. Don't be afraid to share the journey of what's going on behind the scenes in your business. Don't be afraid to do that. Just share, because people want to know. People often think that nonprofits have to be this like super polished organization, and I'm here to tell you that they absolutely do not need to be. They should represent you, and they should represent how you want to accomplish the mission, how you feel about it, how you see the world through your eyes, and that makes people resonate a little bit more with your mission and what you're doing and who you are and the brand that you are creating. And that allows them then to want to donate to what you're doing. So just remember that. It's very important, because I think a lot of people miss this piece and they try to make it too clean and perfect. And that's just not the type of world we live in today. So if you are starting a business, including a social impact business or a nonprofit, put yourself out there, let people know that you are the brand and what your brand is all about, and share about it and unleash your message and get it out there. Now, number 7 is something that I don't generally like to talk about, but I want to talk to you about it today. We're going to talk about grants. So use grants sparingly. If you find a grant that just is perfect for your business and you just couldn't pass it up and you should apply for it, then do it. But don't rely on getting grants to run your business, okay? That's why earlier we talked about the Monetize Your Mission, which if you're interested in that, again, I have linked that in there and I will also link it down in the description box. Monetizing your mission is going to be the most important part of running your nonprofit because it is really important to have something that will make money outside of asking for donations, number one, and will make money outside of grants. So I have maybe gotten 2 grants, and the reason that I've gotten grants is because the person that I hired to do our everyday task and run the program, our program manager, she's a grant writer, and I got very lucky. And she looks for grants and she will sometimes find those and she will do them. But again, out of all of the grants that she may have applied for that I don't even know about all of them, we have gotten 2, okay? And so I want you to understand that there are so many other ways that you can make money for your organization to keep you sustainable than relying on grants. That's all I have for you today. I want to hear from you now, and I want to know which one of these do you have the biggest issue with, and which one do you have a solid, like, I got that mindset, I am good on that. I want to know down in the comments. Let me know where you are thriving and where you could use a little bit of help. That would be awesome. I'd love to hear these things from you guys. And if you are new to my channel and you want to come join a tribe of social bosses just like you, come join us in the Social Life Tribe, and you can find the link down in the description box, or you can go to ashleytate.com and you guys can find all the links, like how to work with me, what I'm all about, all of those things. You can go there and check it out. So I hope this video helped you guys. And again, I would love to hear from you. Get out there and unleash your something amazing. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week. Bye, guys.